Big news, Ken Block has rolled in Rally Mexico. Ken, did you roll?
I did not roll, Neil. Does it look like I rolled? I did drive until it absolutely stopped though. That's the least I could do.
Now, it's such a huge pleasure for me to be back at Rally Mexico, one of my favorite events in the whole world.
But wait, why is it your favorite?
Oh, because I came here in its very first year in 2004.
Okay.
And we did everything. I trained to be a charreada. I rode horses.
I wasn't even racing rally yet in 2004.
Do you mean I've got a longer history in rallying than you have?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
First time I did this rally, I don't know, it was 2008 or somewhere around there.
Right.
And it, you know, just in a Group N car. And I did terrible that year, but it was just such a great experience. I love the stages, I love the atmosphere, the fans. It was just such a cool event.
And that is why you're here for the first stop of the Cossie World Tour 2020.
Yes, I finally answered your question. But it's like the Wild West out here, though. The Leon is a very traditional, modern Mexico City. Guanajuato is a cool mountain town. I think that was once a mining town, but the stages are out in the mountains. It's very high altitude. I think the stages here are actually as high, if not higher, than the stages that I raced in Switzerland last year, in the Swiss Alps. These mountains are actually higher.
Much hotter, though, than the Alps.
Yeah, hotter, and the air is different. It's not as dense, so the car runs very badly on these stages. But it's just such a cool scene. I love it.
The action here, I remember in 2004, I'd done Rally Monte Carlo and Rally Sweden, were my first two rallies ever. And then you come here and you go, wow, they're jumping big, there's dust, you're just breathing in all this dust. I fell in love with it. So this place has
a real... It always had big jumps.
Yeah, right from the start, El Brinco.
Yeah.
I mean, El Brinco has always been one of the biggest jumps in the championship.
And not only the jumps are so special here, but there's also been some of the most wild action of any of the WRC, from you know, guys coming in riding on the rim, but the tire's completely gone. They've had to transit all the way back.
Yeah, Sebastian Loeb losing a wheel.
Yep.
Getting a police motorcade.
Yeah, and then Ott Tanik a couple years ago in the Ford Fiesta WRC car, there he went off the edge of the road and tumbled down into a lake.
Yep.
And had to scramble out of the car to stay alive.
I mean, that car sank to the lake. Yeah.
Sank.
Yeah.
What else? Oh, Meek, my buddy Meek, a couple years ago, leading the event, and on the last stage, went wide on a corner and ended up having to drive around in a parking lot to find his way back onto the stage, finish the rally, and still won. And if he'd gotten out of the parking lot too slow, because he's trying to figure out a way through all these cars, all it would have taken is a few more seconds lost in that parking lot. He would have lost the lead. So yeah, always wild things seem to happen at this event.
So right now, shakedown was good. It was great to see the car in action on gravel for the first time. How did it feel?
Sorry to the organizer, but I hate the shakedown. It's not very similar to the rest of the rally. The rally here has either really, really tight and twisty, rough stuff, or these really fun, a bit more wide open stages. But the shakedown, although it might look good on camera, it's really tight and narrow with lots of little drops and lots of places for things to go wrong very quickly on a stage that means absolutely nothing because it's shakedown. So I think we got some good footage from Alex and mine's one run through the shakedown this morning. They chased us with a helicopter. There's some onboards and some nice action from on the stage itself. So let's show that, and we'll come back to what's happening tonight.
3, 2, 1. Cresting to left 3 miles, minus 220. Crest 20, crest into left 4, into right 4 minus, into care, left 4 minus over crest into right 4 plus, into entry, left 5 minus long, 30 crest 10, crest sudden left 3 minus, right 1, repeat, right 1, King 70, right 150, finish 200. Okay, 125.
Guanajuato.
Shakedown's done. Car setup's good. We're happy with everything to get started tonight and for tomorrow. But tonight is one of my favorite nights in any experience ever in all my rallying, which is the opening ceremonies in Guanajuato. And I like Guanajuato so much and this opening ceremonies atmosphere and the whole style of this town that we decided to do part of Gymkhana 10. So Gymkhana 10 was 5 different parts, 5 different cars. So we chose the Ford Focus RS to use for that segment. And it's actually a kind of a big, wide car. So it was cool to throw that car around in the tunnels underneath the city and over some jumps from one tunnel to another. And we actually do a slide right in front of the cathedral that we drive by in the procession of getting to stage 1 and stage 2.
And Ken, the stage 1 and stage 2, Las Minas, which goes underneath Guanajuato City, they've now put that you have to compulsory drift twice around a roundabout. Now, where did they get that idea from? Who started that?
Well, it has been nice to see. My inspiration for all of the Gymkhana stuff really comes from my love of watching WRC in the 80s and 90s. And, you know, all the donuts and everything that I do really come from seeing them do that, celebrations, testing, that sort of thing. Who is it, like Jules Panizzi and WRC Spain underneath the bridge? You know, and it's very cool that events like WRC Mexico and WRC Spain include those sort of elements in their rallies nowadays. So I get to do that tonight.
Okay, and we have to go and watch you.
Yeah, and there's actually 2 roundabouts in a row. The first roundabout, we do the donuts in, and then we finish the stage, and right at the finish control for that stage is the roundabout that I actually slide through and do a drift jump in Gymkhana 10. So, and by the way, one of the checkpoints going into the stage tonight is a spot right where we started Gymkhana, the Guanajuato segment of Gymkhana 10, where the car is chained up and I launch into a tunnel. We basically drive over the exact spot I was doing that burnout as we go to the stage.
It's synchronicity, I love it. So we got to hit the road and see the super special tonight.
Okay, yep, we got to get ready soon here and head on out.
Can we touch? Are we allowed? Silver mining tunnels. Find yourself at the stage. So, Mexican rally legend Benito Guerra, and right behind him, about to take the ceremonial start, is Mr. Ken Block. It all begins here. Let's jump in. So Ken, it's all about to kick off here in Guanajuato. This ceremonial start is one of the biggest of the year.
Yeah, this is why I love this event so much. This is why I first fell in love with it. Guanajuato, I think when we first started coming here, it was like 60,000 people lining the whole route of the opening ceremonies. And that was before they actually did 2 stages here tonight. So that's what we're about to do, go through the last little opening ceremony part and do these 2 stages. So, yeah, stoked to be here, except for not only does the car not run very well here at altitude, but now we have a misfire going into tonight. So we've tried to fix it here on the road section, but I don't know. I think we might not be starting this rally very well right now. We'll see.
The crowds don't know that, and I think they're going to go wild for you.
Yeah, but there's a really nice donut around the roundabout that I just don't think I'll be able to do very well.
Well, okay.
So, but it is what it is.
Well, it's great to see you here. The crowd awaits.
All right.
Thanks, Ken.
atmosphere, this is why I'm here. So thank you everybody for coming out. Absolutely love all you rally fans. So thank you for making me come back every time. Here, ¡que hablar, señoras y señores! ¡Te recomendamos!
And Rally Mexico begins in 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
Right 4 minus 70, keep left, right 5. 50 left 2 donuts.
Oh, that was just torture.
There he is. So talk us through what happened. I know it's disappointing, but what happened?
I mean, we transited from Lyon all the way to Slough, which is actually pretty long ways, and then went through like a small opening ceremony there, and then transited into town here in Guanajuato, and as we were coming into town, it just started misfiring. So, this sucks, all this work, pre-event testing, 2 days, shakedown a couple days ago, shakedown today, and now right before the opening stage, you get a simple misfire. So that's racing, but it sucks to have that sort of luck.
Especially with this is such a big deal tonight, and they kind of build an event like this around you because you're also spectacular, but if you can't deliver, I know you must take it quite personally.
It pains me. It pains me to come here. The fans expect to see a particular thing and I can't deliver. We've done everything we can to try and figure this out. We can't figure it out here ourselves on the road. Of course, when the car goes in for service tomorrow morning, they'll figure it out. But for now, doing our best.
Early morning, Friday the 13th, first day proper of Rally Mexico out here. Found some gravel, found some helicopters, and from what I can hear, we've also found some rally cars. This stage is stage 3, El Chocolate, a chance to see some proper Mexican gravel and taste the dust being thrown up by the world's finest. So the first in, Elvin Evans, a superb sideways gravel drift, as followed by our friends in the chopper. It's Fiesta time again, this time the Ford Fiesta WRC as driven by Teemu Sunninen with co-driver Jarmo Lehtinen. So the word is that the misfire on the Cossie last night was caused by a problem with the mapping. The ECU of the car was just not allowing it to push enough pressure. Here's the Cossie out on the Mexico stages. Let's have a look at Ken Block coming around this corner on gravel, very close to me. Woohoo! There she goes. So it is Friday the 13th, and the bad news is when we got to the end of the stage we were on, we heard that Ken and Alex and the Cossie had stopped about 5 k's into the stage 3, El Chocolate.
Well, this is where our rally ended. Overheated engine in the middle of the Mexican desert. Very unfortunate.
So we've come in through the end of the stage. We've come in with the cavalry, the Hoonigan boys. But this is as far as we're allowed to get, which is radio point 8. Doing reverse road book. There you go. So that's radio point 8 is where we are now. And I guess the car is stopped about there. So we've got to wait for the flatbed to bring the car here. And all we hear is that it's overheated. But if we can get the car back to service, get it fixed up, then we can ship it out. Do it all again tomorrow. So now it's just a waiting game to see what kind of state the car comes in over the brow of this hill. Well, less than 30 kilometers completed of Rally Mexico. And that is one overheated Cossie. And this looks like it might be terminal. Cossie has to transit all the way back to Leon on the back of the flatbed.
It's rally.
Sad though.
Doesn't always work out the way you want.
So we're back at service, and Ken, after we saw you fly past and the car sounded and looked great, tell us what happened in the rest of stage 3.
Well, I'm glad it actually sounded great at that point, and it did look good.
Yeah, it looked really good.
Okay.
You had a full drift round me in the dust.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, like not far into that stage, which was the first proper stage of this rally, I got a warning light on my screen that basically said water temperature. So that means something's gone wrong with our radiators and the car's overheating. And so the stage actually went great. I felt really good. It was a little time to adapt because all the shakedown and everything to get ready for the proper stages have not been like the proper stages. So getting onto the proper stages felt really good. Car setup was great. Tires felt great. The notes, because those were brand new notes, the notes were going well. And unfortunately, that water temperature just kept going up and up and up. And I could have stopped. But I was just so disappointed that I didn't want to stop because I knew potentially our day would end right there. So I just kept driving, hoping that it would cool back down or something. But I literally drove it till it wouldn't drive anymore.
Really?
Sorry, engine. Sorry, team. Sorry, my checkbook. But that engine is not healthy anymore. The max temperature that we saw on the gauge was about 156 Celsius, which the most I've ever seen is 110. And I think the engine starts detuning itself at about 105. So 105 is where it starts to detune. We hit 156. So not sure what the problem was, but our rally's over, and sort of my bad luck here at this event continues. Which I was hoping that this might be my last time here, that maybe I would end that bad luck, but it is what it is.
But it is Friday the 13th, Ken. The horror story.
Oh boy. Yeah. But you know, the team put in a big effort to get us here. The event's been amazing. The fans incredible. The Guanajuato stage was a huge show last night. So it's just insanely disappointing. We're all gutted to come all this way, be a part of this whole thing, but not even make one proper stage. So sorry we don't have a ton of footage of me racing this weekend, but the WRC has supplied us with a lot of footage of the very beautiful Ford Fiesta WRC cars built by M Sport, so enjoy. All right, well that's it. Hope you enjoyed this. Sorry we didn't have more footage to be able to show you, but that's life, that's rally. These things happen. It's a very great mechanical beast, but sometimes it's a mean beast. So anyway, bye-bye.